1981 Topps Joe Montana rookie card. This is the rookie card we considered from the 1980s. There's still only about 100 of these in the world compared to worldwide demand and the popularity of Joe Montana as a brand. 100 may as well be zero as far as we're concerned. If we're lucky, we get one a month of these, but oftentimes we have none. It's just a really important, tough card to find in such high grade. We'll do a scan on the total condition here, but just want to take a moment to comment on the overall impact of the card in this market as it exists today. So go ahead and scrolling in here on some of the details. It's assessed at the at the gem mint level. So as we go around, we shouldn't see anything that resembles wear or edge flaws that are introduced. You might have subtlest a little bit of like roughness from the manufacturer's cut, but other than that, we should see a card which is void of any types of meaningful issues. Just real mint pointy corners. The other thing to point out when you're looking at this card, the print in the background is something people sometimes overlook. This is not a card that comes printed very well usually. It usually shows itself in terms of print dots and print snow in this sort of like foggy background, and though the background isn't focused, there is excess print oftentimes all throughout the back of the card, and that keeps a lot of examples that appear high grade from grading higher than 8s or maybe 9s. From the back, just reinforces that the card itself is in great shape. Really like to point out when you're assessing a card too, you can see kind of in the reflection of the light, you see the sort of eggshell texturing on the back. Sometimes when cards and corners are pressed and things, maybe they've been in screw down holders or what have you lose that. I really like to see cards that maintain that sort of texturing all around, because it just suggests the card's really never been circulated or stored in any kind of traditional way. It's just a packed fresh to the market type of card. When we look at Joe Montana, his brand, the value of this card, you compare it to someone like, say, Tom Brady, and nobody's questioning Tom Brady's card values, because I think those are every bit as justified, and they might have a lot of growth to go yet as well. But this, as a PSA 10 Joe Montana rookie, it's the same price as a contender's Brady in an 8. To me, that just doesn't add up. And I think as modern card enthusiasts sort of look back at the vintage, Brady is still chasing this guy. There's still a lot to be said for these immortals, and the card values oftentimes they're low compared to what present day values are for modern day athletes. We see a huge financial upside, as people start to better appreciate these blue chips from the vintage era. This is a really important card. It's undervalued. It has a very bright financial future.